ready to play?
I didn't come to play. I came to win. Now let's play.
I think I understand why Hermaeus Mora isn't here. It's the Tribunal. They're gods, but not true gods. They are mortals that have become immortal through their own acts, and I think the worship of them over the Daedra has turned this region against Hermaeus Mora. Perhaps in some way that is why I'm here. Does he expect me to go against the Tribunal? And what's this about the Nerevarine being a symbol to remove the Tribunal's power? Well, I guess I'll have to see what Caius has to say about this. Hello folks, welcome back to Morrowind. So we are here with
I'd be happy to talk.
Caius Cosides again. And I got the little book that the one person, I think the priestess or whatever, recommended me to get. So are you here to discuss your orders? Yes, I have your report and I'll make copies of your notes from Leah and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all of this. In the meantime, I am promoting you to Journeyman. You're doing good work and here are 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And go do some jobs for the guilds, or other freelance work, just to keep your cover story going. Or get some training. Then, when you're fit and rested, come back and I'll have new orders for you. Well, I think I'm ready to go. I know I didn't go far, but whatever. We needed an Ashlander informant. I've heard of a fellow in Aldrune named Hasur Zainsuboni, an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes. Find out what Zainsuboni likes and get him a gift. Then give him the gift and see if he will tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me. Alright, so I guess that is our best place to go next. I'll take the Mages Guild guide to Aldrune and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, before I was going to go to Aldrune, I decided to take a rest, and suddenly this popped up. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead, as through a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking, as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. Well, it doesn't look like anything's come up over here, but that's kinda freaky. Oh, I tried to sleep and I have another dream. In your dream, a tall figure with a golden mask greeted you, saying, "There are many rooms in the house of the master. Be easy, for from the hands of your enemies I have delivered you." It seemed you had died, and could see yourself laid upon a table lit by candles. But with your own hands you touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the world filled with lights, and you awoke. Well, this is somewhat disturbing. Can I sleep now? Let's try this again. Nope, still can't sleep. You dreamed that a tall figure with a golden mask spoke to you, but you understood not a word. He smiled and seemed pleasant, but when he reached to touch you, it terrified you, and you tried to escape. But you couldn't move. You tried to cry out, but you couldn't make a sound. The figure kept smiling and talking, but you felt sure he was trying to cast some sort of spell on you. When you woke, you couldn't recall how the dream ended. Well, after 3 tries to fall asleep, I think we're just going to give up on that. So let's just go to Aldrune. Alright. Let's see. So, Hasur Zain Subani. And he's a traitor.
Tidings and good wishes to you.
Well, do we have any hints so far to it? Hanari. General merchandise. Not that I see. So maybe he is inside?
Outlander. What?
I don't suppose one of the guards could tell me anything about him. Nope.
I've got better things.
That's one of the things that sometimes I wish would come up. I mean, they have so many
You have my attention.
topics available when talking to people, but sometimes some of the things that should be, you know, obvious, like asking where Hassani or whatever this guy's name is. What's this guy's name again? Hasur Subani. I just put it all together.
What is
All
this
right.
about?
Mr. Hasur. Clothier, alchemist, enchanter. Well, where is this guy?
Let's hear it. Okay, Outlander.
Well, there's a trader down here. It's not who I'm looking for.
Speak, traveler.
No, he's not even a Dunmer. Okay, I think my best bet is probably to go check the inn that's here. So let's go do that and see if we can find this guy. Okay, so I had to go do a look on the unofficial Elder Scrolls page, and apparently he's down in the Aldscar Inn at the bottom. One thing of note that I kind of wish that I caught, but in Hanare, Asutlenipil, I didn't mean to pronounce it like that, but yeah, in her house, she said something about Dagoth and then attacked me. So that was interesting. I think she might be a member of the cult. Okay, so down here should be that guy. He's a member of the Thieves Guild. Where is he though?
What is this about?
Right on guard. Okay, I'm looking around here, which is where the guide said this guy is. But Fathusa there is the only one that's here. Oh, don't tell me something got bugged.
Outlander. This
Oh, wait, there's this.
has questions.
Here we go. Hasur, there we go. So he was all the way over in the
I
corner in this
suppose
other
I have a
area.
moment. What is it?
I am Hasur Zain Subani, Anubis Rowan. May you bless and be blessed. I do not wish to be rude, but if you have business, speak it. For I am at leisure and would prefer to be alone with my thoughts. Well, what's this about disturbing dreams? Perhaps it means nothing. It is peculiar. The tall figure in the golden mask. It puts me in my mind of the golden helm of the Ordinator. But that does not seem to fit the spirit of the dream. My people take careful account of dreams, but only a wise woman can tease from them their meanings. Well, let's talk about business then. I see. You wish to learn of Ashlanders from me. What is it you wish to learn? What are their gift-giving customs? A curious question. A gift is a sign of courtesy among strangers, an affection among friends. Among strangers, a thoughtful gift is a sign that you are cautious. and considerate, and aware of the other's wants and needs, such as particularly useful for traders and travelers. Among friends, it is a private thing and subtle, with great risks, for the test of the gift is how well it is tailored to the receiver. So what can you tell me about a thoughtful gift? Yes, a gift that shows you have taken the care to learn something of the receiver. For example, I love poetry. No stranger could be expected to know this, but a book of poetry given to me by a stranger shows the giver respects me, and has made a special effort to know and please me. But now I have answered your question and would like some time to myself, if you will excuse me. Alright, so I have to find a book of poetry. I don't suppose there's any booksellers here. So best bet is I'm probably going to have to go back to Balmora, to the bookseller there, and look for a book of poetry. So let's, well, oh, bookseller. Maybe I don't have to.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. A book, well, riddles. Mirror, special flora. Well, none of those necessarily look to be something of poetry. I don't think. Unless it's that Alesrude song. Well, maybe I can ask him about it. Nope. Okay. Well, bibliophile. I have a few. Oh, I have a few such volumes here, I believe. Words of the Wind, Ashland Hymns, 5 Far Stars. Ashland Hymns, that's like, oh. Let's do the 5 Far Stars thing. Maybe, or whatever, let's see. The 5 Far Stars, there we go. Oh, okay. Because, you know, you don't want to, like, insult the person by saying, oh, you know, you're an Ashlander, I decided to get you a book about Ashlander poetry. So
Hello, I don't know if I can help you, but
We
I'll
greet
try.
you warmly.
This is a gift for me, a copy of the 5 Far Stars, noble words of noble warriors. I gratefully accept your gift. My people have never loved the written word, and I lament their ignorant scorn for such common yet potent magic. I thank you, and I honor your courtesy, Anubis Roan. It would please me to return your courtesy by answering your questions. What would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult? Well, as far as Ashlanders go, there's too much to tell here. Take these notes. I've written here what you should know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. But most of all, if you are visiting the camp, there are things you should know about courtesy and challenges among the Ashlanders. And since you ask about the Nerevarine cult, perhaps you'll be interested in my views of the Ashlanders and foreigners, because the guiding passion of the Nerevarine cult is their hatred of foreigners. Well, what about courtesy? Ashlanders may challenge a stranger who enters a yurt without invitation. Customs differ with different tribes, but leave when requested, and you may be forgiven. Be particularly careful about Ashkans, tribal chiefs, and wise women, tribal seers and counselors. Some are welcoming, some are hostile. Be courteous and leave if requested. If offended, they may attack. Now, challenges. When challenged for sport, it is acceptable to decline. When challenged for armor, not armor, honor, when challenged for honor, it is shameful to decline. Honor challenges come from offense given in speech or action, or may represent customary formal challenges of status or ritual. Let's see. Well, what can you tell me about Ashlanders and foreigners? Most Ashlanders wish all foreigners and their false gods could be driven from Morrowind. At very least, Ashlanders wish the foreign devils would leave them in peace. Ashlanders think it is shameful to attack unarmed persons, but they will kill without hesitation an armed person who offends them or their clan laws. No Ashlander is fool enough to make war against the Empire. However, if such a war might be won, many Ashlanders might cheerfully give their lives to win such war. Well, that's kind of haunting in that it's almost like the Ashlanders are like the group that comes, the Stormcloaks in Skyrim. That, you know, there's hidden parts of, like, groups who want to go against the Empire, you know, and it's now 200 years before Skyrim, but, you know, I don't know if they actually ever do rebel against the Empire or not. Well, and what can you tell me about the Nerevar cult? They worship the great Ashcan and Horter, Nerevar, moon and star, who in ages past destroyed the evil, godless dwarves and banished the treacherous Dagoth and his foul hosts beneath Red Mountain. The cult is of small consequence in Ashlander worship, and only among the Urshilaku do its followers have any influence. Other Ashlander tribes share the sentiment of the cult, but regard the Nerevar prophecies with suspicion and skepticism. Well, since they are the ones who have the most influence on it, what can you tell me about them? The Urshilaku are the Ashlanders of the Northern Ashlands and the West Cache, in the northwest of Vvardenfell. Ashkan Sul Matul is their chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevar cult. The Urshilaku camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts. Okay. Well, I think I have all the information I need. Let's go back and see what Caius has to say about all of this.
Let's hear it.
Alright, Caius, I am back. Thanks for your report, but keep Zain Subani's notes on the Ashlanders. You'll need them. I'm promoting you and sending you to the Urshilaku camp to speak with Sul Matul and Nabani Mesa. But before you go, I think it is time to tell you what's going on. What do you mean? The Emperor and his advisors think you have the appearance of meeting the conditions of the Nerevar prophecies. That's why you were pulled out of prison on His Majesty's authority and sent to me, so you could satisfy the conditions of the prophecies and become the Nerevar. Here, this is a decoded copy of the coded package you gave me when you arrived. Read it later, it should explain everything. As you'll see in the decoded message, the Emperor and his counselors say you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the prophecy. Do you really satisfy the prophecy? Are you really the prophesized Nerevar? At first I thought we were supposed to create a persuasive impostor. Now I don't know what to think, but I am sure of one thing. This is not just primitive superstition, and we will treat it seriously, just as His Majesty commands. So, Zain Subani says Sul Matul and Nabani Mesa at the Urshilaku camps are the heads of the Nerevar cult. So I am sending you to speak with them. Tell them your story and have them test you against the Nerevar prophecies. As heads of the cult, they can best judge whether you satisfy the prophecies. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Here's 200 drakes for expenses and pick up essential supplies at Fort Moonmoth. Well, I think I should have most of the supplies. Can you tell me about the disturbing dreams? You're worrying me, Anubis Rowan. You're not going loopy on me, are you? A word of advice. In Morrowind, if you have disturbing dreams, the temple says you are crazy, and they want to lock you up. And if you have disturbing dreams and think they mean something, then the temple thinks you're a prophet or witch, and they want to lock you up. So take my advice. Keep a lid on it. Well, that's great to hear. Well, let's see. So, Solar Tool, I know they are up top. Let's see. Ooh. If I ask him about the camp. North of the village of Margan. So it looks like I'll have to go to Aldrune. then head to there. Okay. Well, I have a general idea of where I'm supposed to go. Let's get there, and then we can end the episode for today. Ooh, that's quite a bit up there. And it looks like I'm having more dreams. In your dreams, a tall figure in a golden mask spoke to you. Lord Nerevar Indoril, High Resdainira. Long forgotten, forged anew, 3 belied you, 3 betrayed you. 1 you betrayed was 3 times true. Lord Varen Dagoth, Dagoth steadfast liegeman, faithful friend, bids you come and climb Red Mountain. Beneath Red Mountain, once again, break your bonds, shed cursed skin, and purge the Enwa from Morrowind. Am I gonna get more now? Okay, so it looks like you get 4 dreams total that you go through.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
So let's head there. Head to Aldrune. And then we'll probably just use our repulsor belt and fly up there.
Tidings and good wishes to you.
Okay, so I'm currently looking to get a Kwama egg because I've killed my storage of them for this one Ashlander up at the Urshalaku camp. To hopefully eventually get to speaking to the people I need to. I probably actually don't need it, but I figure I'm being nice. And then there's this dude that's there that looks really funky looking. And of course he's coming to attack me now. I think, right? An ash zombie. Ooh. Hey. Alright, get rid of this cliff racer and that one. Oh, that was the zombie. I didn't want to do that exactly, because I don't want that spiked club. Drop it. Okay. But yeah, I guess that was another version of the Corporus disease people that you have. Although I thought most of them were relegated to being behind the ghost fence. That one was not. So that could be a bad sign for Morrowind here. Since if they're starting to actually get out, that could be bad for everyone here. But let's continue on, see if I can find that Kwama egg, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I decided the one guy I gave a Kwama egg to, hoping that would help. It didn't really help, so I'm talking to this other guy. I bribed him up to 100. The first talk was as usual. Do they want to speak to you? Have they sent for you? Well, no, they haven't sent for me. But now that I've bribed him up to 100, he's saying, you are an outlander, and you wish to talk of the Nerevar prophecies. You are polite and well-mannered for an outlander, and I do not think you mean to give offense. But why should you care about the Nerevar prophecies? What does an outlander have to say to an Urshalaku of the Nerevar prophecy? You know what? I'm just gonna go all the way. I fulfill the Nerevar prophecies and wish to speak to Sul Matul and Abani Mesa. I do not believe what I am hearing. You think you are the Nerevar, and you wish to speak to Sul Matul and Abani Mesa? You do not look like the Nerevar, but you do not speak like a fool or a madman. This is a puzzle. I tell you, go speak to Zabamund in his yurt. He is a Gula Khan, Sul Matul's champion, and he will decide what is right. If Zabamund gives you permission, then you may enter the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul Matul. Alright, so Zabamund. Talk, outlander. Speak with respect and I will listen. Well, I bring you gifts in the form of gold. Lots and lots of gold. Okay. You have no standing among us, outlander, but you speak well and with respect. So I will explain. It is against our customs that an outlander should speak to an Ashkan or wise woman. I'll tell you also that Sul-Matul has no love for outlanders. Well, what about the Nerevarine prophecies? The Nerevarine prophecies are not for outlanders. Why should Sul-Matul and Nabani Mesa speak to you about these things? Who are you that we should trust you? Let's see, I could offer to fight a duel to the death. I could boast of my worthy deeds and demand a right to speak. Tell all I've learned of the Sixth House and the Nerevarine and ask humbly, or offer to pay a tribute of 200 gold. Maybe if I say all of that I've learned and ask humbly to speak, let's try that. All of that may be true, and I'm sure you think it is very important, but it has nothing to do with us, at least not the way you tell it. I'm sorry, but I will not let you bother Sul-Matul or Nabani Mesa with all this. Let's try this again. Well, I could try boasting of my worthy deeds. I mean, after all, I am the head of House Telvanni. These are indeed worthy deeds. I hear the truth in your words. Perhaps Sul-Matul will be angry with me, but I think I can bear that. Go to the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matul. Ask him your questions and tell him I have sent you. Okay. Well, that seemed to work. And Sul-Matul has a little shield around him. So, my champion Zabamund has sent you to talk with me about the Nerevarine prophecies. Then go ahead, Anubis Rowan, talk. I'm very curious. Well, first, I bring gifts. Because, you know, I'm such a nice guy. And the one guy said gifts are a good thing. Alright, Nerevarine prophecies. You think you fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevarine. No outlander may join the Nerevarine cult. If you are a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribes, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as clan friend of the Ashlanders. And then I will submit you to Nabani Mesa, our wise woman, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and who will test you against the prophecies. I wonder. Well, let's see. Well, what's your initiation rite? To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing. In a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits and ancestors to see if you are worthy. Go to the Urshalaku burial caverns and fetch me Sul-Senepal's bone-biter bow. Sul-Senepal was my father, and his spirit guards his bone-mold longbow deep in the burial caverns. Return to me with this bow, and I will adopt you to the Ashlander tribes as a clan friend.
How wonderful.
Well, I thought it already was considered like a Nerevarine by the one tribe. These guys, the Amamesu, for helping them up there, but I guess I gotta prove myself here as well. Alright, so I've seen this burial cavern, it's down here. But I think I'm going to end it for this episode. I think I have probably enough to cover everything here. Next episode, well, we'll obviously be going to retrieve that. What's with all of these creatures suddenly coming up? I'll obviously be retrieving that bow, and then we'll go from there and see what else we can do as far as this prophecy goes. Alright folks, see you in the next episode. Alright folks, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to click on the bell icon for notifications on all of our new videos. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.